get a good day today.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders. Like moving boulders just to get out of the...
Welcome everyone to Horsing Around. This evening, I guess we're going to be talking about the Big Five. Not a whole lot, because if you want the details, you should have joined Gary and Dane's telecall of the same name called the Big Five. Sorry, registration's closed. You can't join anymore. But when I'm doing these shows, I don't, to the best of my ability, I don't... well, actually, I shouldn't say to the best of my ability. I rarely know what I'm actually going to talk about until we start. And so we are going to talk at least a little bit about the Big Five, because basically it's like the number one thing that's up in my world right now. And what does that have to do with horses? Well, the Big Five are, and if you want more information, there are a lot of ways to get it. It's basically presumptive realities, needs of reactive realities, needs of reactive response, system slime. I don't know why there's a slime at the end. Don't ask me. That one really gets me. Probably because I'm at the effect of it big time. AI activators. I know this stuff sounds super weird. And then the fifth element, savior of mankind. What the hell does all of that mean? Well, basically it's all this stuff that it's actually just a whole lot of stuff that when you pock and pot it, everything gets easier. And I know that all sounds really weird when I say that. I probably shouldn't say that on something that's as public as a YouTube channel. Well, again, if you want more information, you're going to have to come to another class. So I'm like, maybe I need to actually plan these more. I actually get a yes on that. So I'm going to, planning ahead a little bit more rather than just diving in might actually help me a little bit more in the future with these. But what do I really want to talk about? What I actually really, truly want to talk about is there's a Choice for Possibilities class coming up in Istanbul in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks. It's probably 2 weeks. Was it the 20th? Yep, that's like 2 weeks. So there's a Choice for Possibilities class coming up in Istanbul, Turkey in 2 weeks. I'm going to be there. So I will be in Istanbul in 2 weeks, which is kind of wild. I'm like, wow, I can't believe it's only 2 weeks away. I got a lot of stuff to do. So in 2 weeks, I will be there. Choice for Possibilities. It's 3 days long. You can actually still make it there if you really get to work, if you've never had any sort of an Access class. You would need a bars class, and then you want to take an Access Consciousness Foundation class, and then you can go to the Choice for Possibilities class. So bars is 1 day, foundation is 3.5 days, so 4 days effectively. So after 5 days of a whole hell of a lot of fun, you can make your way to the 3-day Choice for Possibilities class. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be doing symphony sessions. I'm also going to be at the El Lugar booth. Wow, this is kind of a lot of information. I've really talked about a lot in just less than 6 minutes. Under 5 minutes, really. So, where to start first? Apparently, I'm going to keep talking about the Big Five. Let's actually talk mostly about presumptive realities, because that's like the start of the Big Five. It's the first one, at least. Presumptive realities are, and if I haven't talked about them on this call yet, it's basically, for me, what I notice it as, it's like you have the presumptive reality, and it's a pretty good one, that when you wake up in the morning, the earth will still be here. Another way of that is like when you are walking and you're taking a step, that the sidewalk you're on or the road you're on will still be there. Now, some people don't actually walk that way. Some people do walk in a manner where they're like, is there am I actually, if you were to walk with your eyes closed, you would actually be like, okay, you're like actually feeling the ground and where it's at. But typically we just kind of like, with the way that we walk, people are just always falling. And so they're expecting the ground to be there. They've got this presumptive reality that the ground is always going to be there. For me, a presumptive reality for pretty much ever. Actually, so yeah, we can do so all those things. I said the big five. What are they for me? So presumptive realities, one of my number one presumptive realities is that I'm wrong. Presumptive reality, I'm wrong. Like no matter what happens, no matter what shows up, I'm wrong. Needs of reactive realities. My need of reactive reality is I'm always looking for someone to tell me that I'm not wrong and they can save me. That's my need of a reactive reality, and how I will react to them when I discover that I'm not wrong. But then I will also continue to try to figure out how I'm wrong and show them that I'm actually wrong. That's where we're moving into the Norse line. So the need, I know I told you this stuff is super confusing. So needs of reactive realities is now I need someone to save me. Needs of reactive reality response systems slime is, well, okay, now I found someone that can save me, or someone not, but let's go stick with the person that can save me from making myself wrong. I will now my need of a reactive response system is, my response to that is, no, you should really judge me and make me wrong. That's the North line. Now, and then after that is the AI activators. What are the AI activators? It's just thinking. That's it. That's pretty much, it's just like a thinking thing. It's like the moment I'm thinking, AI, like I'll be like, ooh, wow, I'm happy and I'm not thinking and like joyful and everything's going on. And then I'm like, think. Boom, the start of that, AI activator. Last one, the fifth element, the savior of mankind. This one is where I must do all of the previous that I've just talked about in order to save the planet. And as long as I must also like define everything in order to see if I have saved the planet. So any of you got that going on? Maybe a couple. All of you that have that going on, times the God's in, would destroy and create it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Yep. And or you're like, there's like, and these aren't just the only ones. These are just like really tiny examples. And it's not like something I'm thinking about constantly, but it's just like always there. And the biggest aspect of it is if I'm going to choose to be more, if I'm going to choose to be more of me, especially more of me, or I'm going to be more possibility or choose for possibilities. You like that? Like this class coming up. If I have a chance to choose for possibilities, any number one of those things, of those big five that I just talked about, I will choose in order to not choose for possibility, but to choose for limitation. Now, well, I'm like, so what does all this mean? What do you do? Basically, you can just pock and pod the big five. And pock and pod the big five, and pock and pod the big five, 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 pock and pod the big five. Now, like I said, I'm going to the Choice for Possibilities class. And there's a lot of other classes I'd like to go to after that as well. And I would love to go to the ESB before that. Well, I can't like go physically. But to attend it would be cool. Now, notice the first thing that comes up in your head, and it doesn't have to be about access classes, but the first thing that comes up in your head is, oh, I can't go because it's too much money. Or if you're a crazy person, you're like, oh, access consciousness is a cult. You can hold on to that one if you want. Or I don't have enough time. I got to go see my family. Or, I don't know. I don't think I could possibly do that. Whatever it comes up, that is, you can ask. And if it feels light, it's great. If it feels heavy, it's not. Is that awareness, or is that the big five? Ooh, a lot of times it's going to be the big five. So when you discover that it's the big five, you can just go right, wrong, good, bad, pop, buckle, nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Oh my God. Pocket pod the big five. 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 Now, what the heck does all of this have to do with horses? Well, all of that has everything to do with thinking. And if you've heard me talk about it before, when you're thinking, you're not doing very good at riding. So you want to ride. And one of the things that I've personally realized a lot recently with myself is that a lot of the writing I've done from thinking. I'm trying to do it right. I'm trying to use some sort of method. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I'm thinking. And I'm so grateful for my horse in Texas, because he has always been an energy, and he is being an energy to, number one, heal me, which some of it I'm receiving and some of it I'm not. A lot of it I'm not. And he's been really contributing to me dynamically to go beyond all of this. And am I ever going to be perfect? No, not necessarily, but that's the biggest thing. Is for a long time, I was looking for perfection. I wasn't necessarily looking for fun. And when I say that he's been inviting me beyond it, I'm very aware that it's like, especially when you own a stallion and an alpha mare, and especially stallions, like they always want you to be more. And if you're willing to receive it, I mean, awesome. Like, you can probably ride. But if you're not willing to receive them always wanting you to be more, even if you're only choosing a little bit at a time, but if you are willing to receive absolutely nothing, they're probably going to kick you off and kill you, even, maybe, because that's basically what you're doing to yourself. And it's like, I'm trying to describe it with words, and I'm having a very difficult time. Like, I know it so well, because it's also difficult to describe something with words when it's all energetics, and what he is showing me is something I'm not willing to choose yet. I'm aware of that, more aware of that now than I've ever been, and I haven't chosen it yet. So I guess I won't be able to talk about it until I choose it. So I'll talk to you guys in the future when I get back to Texas in a few weeks. Now, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and write it in the comments. Oh, Connor, nice to see you again. Thank you, Omer. Sorry for not pronouncing your name correctly. Very nice to see you as well. Thank you. On Facebook. Awesome. So, what do we keep going with that? How else do I explain what my horse is trying to show me? Maybe I already have. Okay, cool. Well, it's kind of feeling like this is getting near an end. Horsing around. Yep. I've talked enough to where I can't even think anymore. Do you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of a group symphony taster session with all of you, because when I am going to be at the Choice for Possibilities class in Istanbul, and you guys, if you can make it, come on now. And if you think, oh my God, I can't make it, it's too expensive. The moment you have that thought, talk about the big five. Talk about the big five, talk about the big five, talk about the big five, talk about the big five. Just give it a try. I'm not saying this means you have to be at the class. Just start doing that and see what shows up. And if cool stuff shows up, keep doing it. If nothing shows up after 3 days, then you can stop and you can tell me I'm an asshole. Group symphony taster session, because I'll be doing private symphony sessions at the CFP. So what is a group symphony taster session? Well, if you could have anything out of this, what would it be? How can I contribute to all of you? Woo, awesome. So if you go ahead and lower all of your barriers, talk about the big five, talk about the big five, talk about the big five. See that right there. There was a little bit of AI activators, and right in the presumptive realities needs to react to reality and horse line. Cool. And the token, the trademarked question of access consciousness. What else is possible? What else is possible that you haven't considered yet? What else is possible for you that is not for others? And how does it get any better than this? 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 A question will always, well, a true question will always break apart the big five. Cool. So that was just a very small taste of a symphony group taster session. I do occasionally offer those much longer, obviously, paid for group symphony taster sessions. I also do Symphony of Possibility private sessions. And like I said, I'll be doing those at the Choice for Possibilities class in Istanbul in just 2 weeks, where Dr. Dane here, Kalpana Kalpana, messing up your last name, will be facilitating the Choice for Possibilities class in Istanbul. I hope to see you all there. Till next time. Ta-ta.